welcome or welcome back. My name is Gina, and this is my little corner of the internet where I share with you what I have been knitting. So hopefully today is going to be a pretty short one, very unusual for me. I have a couple of small finished objects and then just a little bit of progress to update you on. But I found myself with a little bit of alone time today in the house, so I thought I should seize the opportunity and record while I could. So I'm going on no notes, so hopefully I remember most of what I want to talk to you guys about. All right, so first finished object is the Giselle dress that I was showing you last time. I had cast this on in my last video, and it is now complete. This is a pattern by Taiga Hilliard, and let's see, the top portion is in garter stitch, and I used Knit Picks Stroll in the colorway Pucker, a color I love. And then I actually do not knit this pattern to pattern. So it actually like calls for two colors. And I think what you do is, sorry, I'm having trouble remembering because I never actually work it, but I think what you do is work a lot of rows in the main colorway, and then you will work a row, 2 rows of garter stitch. So you have some garter stitch sections and you do that in your contrast color. And then you just repeat those throughout. I never work the garter stitch. So mine is just stockinette in this lace chevron pattern all the way down. The reason I don't do the garter stitches is because if I purled with my self-striping yarn, it would make those ugly changing color purl bumps on it. And so I don't do that. But I think this is such a fun pattern to use for Felici. So you can, did I say Felici is Knit Picks? It's Knit Picks' self-striping sock yarn that they used to really regularly release a new set of colors every November and every summer, but the last few years they have really, I guess since COVID, they have not been super regular with that. And so we just had usually they do it during the Felici release drops during the big sale and the summer sale. The summer sale just wrapped up and there was no new Felici. And I think I got an email from them this morning and there wasn't any announcement in there. So I suspect we will not have any new Felici until November, if we get any then. So, but yeah, I just think it's such a fun way to use up that self-striping yarn. This takes, so I made the 3 to 6 months, and I was working with a partial ball and then I broke into a new ball. I don't think that if you did the contrast colors like this, I don't even think the body of the dress would take the full 50 grams of Felici. I don't think I had that many repeats in there. So like I said, I worked with a partial ball that I had left over from a cowl I had made for my niece, and then got out another ball of this. And the Felici is the colorway Lisa, named for Lisa Frank, with those colors. Anyway, so super cute. I think it's super cute. And I am going to enter this into the fair in the baby dress category. And then it will just go in my gift pile to be gifted when somebody has a baby in the right season. Okay, and now my other finished object, which I'm just delighted with. So can't wait to show you guys. This is Alphonse, and I will see if I can cover me up so the camera will focus on him. Oh my goodness. Look at how cute he is. And let me show you the backside. His tail. Look at that. Is that not the cutest? Let's see, what's a good way to show you this? So let me pull up his pants a little bit here so you can see. These are called, she calls these the trotters, his feet and front hooves. So this is Alphonse. He is from the book Moosh and Friends by Cinthia. I never know how to pronounce her last name. I always say Vallet, but then I realized I don't know how double L is pronounced in French. I think the ET is A, but I don't know if they have like a Spanish double L. Somebody correct me. Somebody tell me phonetically, write out how I'm supposed to be saying her name. But yes, Alphonse is from this book, which, you know, I talked about this before, but I got this book last year for my birthday and, looked through it and was a little like, I don't know. I wasn't that excited about it, because, just some of the animals, a lot of the animals are super cute, but some of them are a little bit strange. I think it's like the orangutan for me. I really do not care for I don't care for him very much. Henri, the orangutan. Anyway, and like I had just made a raccoon by Louise Crowther, is that who it is? She's like a British toy stuffy person, and I loved the raccoon. I think that the books, like I like a lot of the aesthetics, the styling, the shaping of the animals from that Louise Crowther book. It's like Woodland Friends or something like that. I really like them, but they were not like super, I made the raccoon and he was not super fun to knit. And then anyway, so yeah, so I got this book because somebody recommended it. They're like, all the animals are knit in the round. It's really, you know, it's really nice. And so I got it, I looked through it, was like, you know, ho hum. But then I made Nana the duck, last year out of it. And I was so impressed. And so like I completely changed my tune on this book. I totally think it's worth it. And I had the same experience with Alphonse the Pig. I just think he's so cute. All of Cynthia's patterns like start with the face, and you actually go ahead and put on your embroidery, and you put in your eyes and everything, you know, pretty close to the start. So you finish the head and then you put on all of those parts. And it really is motivating to continue working on it because you have this cute little face staring up at you. And I actually like went ahead and stuffed his head a little bit with some yarn ends before it called for stuffing him, just because it just made him cuter to work on because I could see his little face. And so I wanted to see the rest of him develop. But all of Cynthia's animals, they're knit from the top down, the face down, and they are all knit in the round. So, and she is super good about like, you know, for the ears, she tells you, like, she has you mark the stitches. Everything is marked except for the place where you do have to figure out on your own. She kind of gives you a guide of like between, you know, this and this, or use this as a guide. You do have to figure out the embroidery on your own. And like, so for the nostrils and the mouth, but the eyes are marked. Where you're going to pick up for the ears is marked. The tail is marked, and the arms, everything 100% knit in the round. The only bit of seaming there that is involved in this is when you are closing them up. So there's like 5 stitches on the crotch that are left open so that you can stuff him, which does make the stuffing a little bit more challenging. You gotta like go slow and use chopsticks to get everything in there. But yes, he's super cute. I knit my Alphonse in, this is Knit Pick Stroll in the colorway Petal Pink, which is a brand new color. So I actually was looking, and I had this This color is Dogwood Heather, the feet. And I had that on hand, but I didn't really I just thought it was gonna be a little too dark for his whole body. He would be super pink if he were that color. And it has an orange corally undertone to it. And so I didn't really want that. I wanted just like sort of a ballet pink, and they did not have it. But then during the summer sale, they got in new Stroll colors, and there was the perfect pink. So I bought this not on sale because it's like, I need that for my pig. Yeah, so he's knit in Stroll Petal Pink, and then his trotters are in Stroll Dogwood Heather. His sweater here, which, did you get a look at that? These are little right twist is all that is. The cabling on that's not real cables. This is knit in Golden Heather Palette. So this is Knit Picks Palette. They're 2-ply fingering, that's for color work. And then his pants are in the Stroll Dogwood Heather. And sorry, I don't know why I'm having so many coughing problems today. His pants are in Dogwood Heather and Rosehip Palette. So we've got palette in the pants and in his sweater. And normally I would not mix Stroll and palette together. I know some people do. They are extremely different textures to me. So I would not do this for human garments, but it's fine. Alphonse does not care. He does not have sensory issues, which is very clear because I just finished his outfit last night and got my ends sewn in today, and was actually blocking these, and they're not dry yet. So after I finish filming this, I will be removing those and putting them back outside to finish drying. But thankfully, Alphonse is a stuffed animal, so he does not care how wet and gross his clothes feel at the moment. Yeah, so super, super cute. I will say the clothes are very, very fiddly. I spent I feel like almost as long on the clothing as I did on the pig himself. I don't know. This took me less than a week because I had not started him the last time I filmed. I think I started him maybe on Thursday, and I'm filming on Friday. So I'm sorry, I'm filming on Wednesday. So it has not been, I don't think it's been 7 days yet. Anyway, but super happy with him, and he will be going to the fair. He has a fair entry. Okay, so those are my 2 finished objects. And let's see, I have Bountiful sweater progress to share with you. I think the last time I showed this, I had like just finished one of my lateral braids up here and was complaining about trying to work up the oomph to do the next one. And then, then I would be able to start on the next section. But so obviously I did finish that. Let me put it on. Hopefully I have 2 things on this time, so my stitches won't go anywhere. So Maya actually says that we could stop now. However, this is not long enough. I want it to be cozier than that. And, this is not gonna be cozy, if it's cropped. So I will put on another section. It'll be this section up here. Actually, I had started with that section and ended up, I was working on it. I have spoken before about the fact that there are 2 companies that are buying up land around here with the intent of putting in 2 different hyperscale data centers. And when I say here, I mean like literally a mile down the road from me. Yeah, I have some friends who would be literally in the backyards of these things, but so it's not quite as bad for me, but it's pretty bad. Like, very concerned about the, noise pollution and the light pollution, and not to speak of, what is going to, we are in a drought. We kind of are perpetually in a drought in my area, and so who knows what's going to happen with the water situation and what will happen to our electricity bill. I mean, they're so bad for the environment. Guys, AI is just the bane of my existence right now. I teach writing, and so AI has made my job very, very challenging, trying to help young people understand why they still need these skills when they think a magic box can do all the writing for them, and that they're never going to have to do that. It's just made my work life miserable since its inception, and it just continues to get worse. And then there's the environmental impacts and creative impacts, and now it is personally impacting me with this data center thing. Anyway, I started down that rabbit trail to say I attended a city council meeting where the data centers were supposed to be presenting and getting their land request use voted on. And yeah, the meeting started at 6:30. I got there a little after 6 because I expected that it was going to be really crowded and I wanted to be able to get a seat. So yeah, from 6 to I ended up being there until 11:15 or so is when they the city council lawyer sort of said, hey, you guys have to stop the meeting because like you're going to be violating the the legal situation around having these meetings be public and accessible because it's going so late. And so this was kind of fun. The data center presentation had just started, right? Like they had finally gotten to that agenda item about 11 o'clock because citizens, like nobody in my town wants this thing except possibly the city council. And so, like every agenda item, people were like standing up and talking and, sort of tangentially linking whatever they were saying about other agenda items to the data center. And anyway, yeah, so the data center people didn't get to start their presentation until 11, and they finally, like 11:15, were like, hey, we're gonna have to push you to the next meeting. So I think all of the residents were okay with that, happy with that small win. But that meant, yeah, I was sitting there in a chair from a little after 6 to a little after 11 p.m. And I had brought my Bountiful sweater and was working on it. And I actually had started this next section and got a few rounds into it, and then this morning, and I had done a couple of rounds at home and I kept having problems, and this morning I got to looking at it and I was like, wait, this pattern, it is not looking right. It does not look like the one up here. And anyway, I counted and I had 2 stitches too many, and it meant I had been working like the whole pattern off. And so I actually this morning just put on my big girl pants and ripped out all of that progress, basically ripped it back to the lateral braid, and we'll be restarting that section. So let me get this off because it is very hot. Yeah, so that should go pretty fast. The only part that I'm concerned about is the collar, just, because that will be a lot of picking up and decreasing and all of this business. I also need to figure out where to order my zipper from. So if anybody has done a quarter zip sweater recently and ordered a zipper, and I should specify, I'm asking for folks in the States because that is where I am located. I am going to have to put in a zipper, and I looked at Waywack, and all of their zippers looked ugly. They were not what I was wanting, you know, for this. So I have done a quarter zip before. The zipper that I got for that, I ordered from Hobie and was very happy with it. And I would like another zipper like that, but I don't want to order from Hobie, you know, one, because of the tariffs and the shipping, and it's ridiculous to order, you know, from overseas like that just for a zipper and to pay $10 in shipping. And also Hobie is using AI, so don't really like that. So yeah, if anybody knows, where can I go online, because I don't really have any in-person places at this point to go look at zippers. If you can tell me where to look, I would much appreciate that. So yeah, I need to be thinking about that, because it won't be too, I'm not gonna have, like, the rest of it shouldn't take me that long after I finish the body. Right now there's like almost 400 stitches for my size, but the arms will go much faster, and also it's drop shoulder, so those sleeves are always shorter anyway. The collar will take a while because it's going to be like 2 layers, but anyway, excited to be, you know, I think I'm on the downhill slope on that one. Okay, and I guess this is the last thing. Well, it's the last work I'm going to show you. I cast on for there, and it's so silly to show you this, it's just teeny tiny. I cast on for the Calm Night Cami by Lily Kate France. I don't even think I talked about this in my potential summer plans video, but yeah, I have had this pattern for a while, and somebody had pointed out to me that the yarn that calls for is actually like 50% acrylic, 50% cotton, and I was like, well, that's not that different a makeup from Knit Picks Comfy in the fingering. So I ordered during the summer sale, I ordered 4 balls of Knit Picks Comfy fingering in this colorway, which, do I have the label? No, I do not, I don't think. And sorry, looking through, oh, I do have the label. It is the colorway Seafoam. And Comfy is, I think, 25% acrylic and 75% cotton. Let's see, yes, that was right. And so it's not quite the same makeup as whatever it was that Lily Kate France used, but it's pretty close. So I swatched for this yesterday and went ahead and got it cast on because I just need a basic sort of stockinette project to have available to me. Yeah, so got that one going. I'm making the size 4 in that one, and you know, we'll report more as I go along. Okay, so last time as I was uploading my last video, I saw that I had promised to show you the I said that I was like dreaming of a Farnham Tee in Drops Fiesta that I had ordered in the colorway Watermelon and Black, and I was like, I'll show you the inspiration project and the yarn, and I didn't do that. So here is the yarn. It's just black, and then this one is Watermelon. Isn't it so cute? The pinks and blue. I just like, these are all colors I love. And in the project, which I will hopefully remember, I guess I'll put up over there. Hopefully we'll remember to actually do that this time. They had just paired it with black and it looked so, so cute. So I did go ahead and swatch a little bit with this because I've actually never used Drops Fiesta before. So swatched with that to find out how it was. In the ball, it feels quite soft. Not sure how it will feel on my skin, but right now it feels nice and squishy, and I think it will be fun to work with. The Drops Fiesta is their DK weight sock yarn. It is 75% wool, 25% polyamide. So I figure people are probably pretty familiar with this, but I have never tried it out before. Sorry, I have no idea Am I actually showing you anything? I'm sorry. There you go. Yeah, so that one is sitting there. Like I said last time, I have the Easy V, you know, pattern bought, and I have the yarn wound up for it, but I just like, I'm not very excited about it, even though it's on my bingo card. And I don't want to cast on something that I'm not actually like excited about at this exact moment. Something I am excited about though, and which I might cast on, is my most recent purchase. So I use, I am a Knit Picks ambassador, which means that I earn, I call them yarn bucks, for posting from a menu of options that they have and like tagging them and, you know, basically allowing them to use my post for their marketing. And yeah, so I got this yarn. Sorry, I just dropped the other skein with my most recent yarn box. This is Ba Ram U Wood Note DK. It is a Blueface Leicester Masham blend, and I am planning to use it to make the Islet, how do we say that word? Islet, I feel like Islet, sweater by Rania Hacoletto. I love her version, but I am not a very beige person, so I'm thinking I'm going to use this for my main color, and then these will be my two contrast colors, and I'm super excited. This feels like I'm really interested to get in and work with this yarn. It feels softer than I was expecting, because people were like, you know, well, and the copy on the Knit Pick site does not suggest that you're going to want to wear this next to your skin, and I may not, but it is not nearly as rustic feeling as what I was expecting, based on them saying that. I mean, it doesn't feel like merino, but you know, it feels soft, it feels springy, and I think it will be excellent for the color work in that. So yeah, I might have to wind these up and start on that, even though it is completely seasonally inappropriate. As I am sitting here filming this, because I forgot to turn on the ceiling fan, I can feel sweat dripping down my back. It is like, it is in the high 100, it's been like 107 so far this week, and it is supposed to cool down into the 90s next week, but we're like 5 to 8 degrees over our sort of average for this time of the year. So it's been hot, and July is not normally the hottest month. That's August. So yeah. So this is going to continue to be extremely seasonally inappropriate for me to be working on. And yet, like I said last time, the heart wants what the heart wants. But I am going to try to go back and make some progress, more progress on the summer knits that I already have on my needles, which are now the Calm Down Cami, the Trailhead Tee, the Selwood Tee, and then I still have not frogged, but I need to frog my Checkerplate Tee, and hopefully I'll have the oomph to get that restarted, but I may not, I don't know. Anyway, so that is all I have for today. I did keep this at, oh my goodness, it's going to be under 30 minutes maybe. So yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying summer, staying cool, those of you who are in the Northern Hemisphere like me. And if you know where in the US I could order a zipper from that would be like a cute, you know, sort of situation, with a little cute pull on it, for my Bountiful sweater, I sure would appreciate knowing that. Okay, that's it. I will talk to you guys later. Bye.